You do need to know everybody. See, John had to get that in there.
You had to. It's okay. I understand.
Anyway, you're listening to the Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John. It's the radio digest version of the Santa Clarita Gazette for all you need to know to be in the know. And when you're listening to your hometown station, AM-1220 KHTS, right here in Santa Clarita.
We got another special guest, Doug.
Really?
Another special guest, yes.
Cool.
LA City Councilman Mitchell Englander is on the phone. Councilman, you're there, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. It worked. He's running for LA County Board of Supervisors. Did you know LA County had a Board of Supervisors?
Yes,
Doug?
I did. I heard he's running for Michael Antonovich's spot.
Wow, you're in the know.
Hey, I'm on it, man.
You're dialed in.
Yeah, wow. Councilman, thanks for joining us. Hey, real quick, explain to me, okay, I'll pretend I'm dumb. Explain to me the LA County Council Board of Supervisors versus something like the City Council in Santa Clarita or something. What do you guys do?
And that's why I'm running for the Board of Supervisors. I think a lot of people don't understand exactly what the services is that the County Board of Supervisors actually do. Mike Antonovich, he's been there for about 40 years now, and he's done a good job, but he's now termed out of office, and it's the first time this seat is open in 100 years, which is incredible. They do all the key critical functions, the backbone of our communities. They serve not only the county probation, they run the jail system and all the sheriff's departments, but they also oversee the county assessors, the health department. I mean, so many things that they provide in infrastructure or transportation systems, certainly working with all the water agencies, and then more importantly, working with the local cities, making sure that Santa Clarita gets its fair share of local tax dollars, and those partnerships, the collaboration, and bringing all those areas and regions together to make sure that the resources are there. And that's a big chunk of what they do.
So I'm glad I asked, see?
Yes.
Okay. I don't sound bad after all.
So what motivated you to run for this position as opposed to the one that you currently have?
Well, and I love what I'm doing. I'm actually representing one of the largest cities in the country, the second largest city, in fact, in the country, and doing a lot of great things here. But looking at the County Board of Supervisors is really a playbook of my life. I mean, I've been through a lot of tragedies in my life, and my uncle who raised me was killed as part of an initiation into a gang. He wasn't a gang member. Somebody tried to rob him, an attempted robbery. My sister died because she couldn't get access to an emergency room, and was a severe asthmatic. And I've just been through a lot of different things in my life. I'm an LAPD officer, reserve officer currently, so I've actually worked the streets in uniform with a gun and a badge, and I've gotten involved with a lot with at-risk youth centers. And throughout my entire life, this has really geared me, quite frankly, towards reaching out and expanding that to help as many people as I possibly can, but on the local level. So this position is just ripe from everything that I've been through, being a small business owner and economic development, what that means to make sure our communities are thriving, that we're, providing good paying jobs, and people don't have to go through the 5 and the 14 interchange to try to drive 2 hours to work every day. And
but I like that so much.
But then they're listening to you guys all the time. It's all great.
Yeesh, I don't know about that one. Okay, so you're going from representing one of the largest cities to representing one of the largest areas in the county. I mean,
it's huge. There's almost 12 million people in the county of Los Angeles, depending on which numbers you look at. This district is the largest, geographically the largest district in the entire county. In fact, bigger than the other 4 combined.
That's like 2,800 square miles.
2,800, it's double the size of Rhode Island. It's huge. And so the idea, though, and I think the timing is ripe, is to bring and collaborate those communities together on regional solutions, and working with the North County, for example, and making sure that all of those transportation issues and public safety issues are met. And it's not just transportation. A lot of people don't take the public transportation we have because they don't feel they're safe. And so there's a lot of things we need to do to focus on that and work together.
Councilman, I don't want to ask you a gotcha question, but just to clarify.
AMA, ask me anything.
There you go. But how familiar with Santa Clarita are you?
I'm extremely familiar. And in fact, I've spent not only my whole life right there. I mean, I'm literally about 7 minutes from my house. I can get to Santa Clarita faster than I can get from my house to City Hall where I work now, which is about an hour and a half. I've got to drive through. I've got legislators that fly to Sacramento and get to work faster than I do. I have to drive through 5 other cities to get to my own City Hall. So not only am I very familiar, extremely familiar with Santa Clarita and spend a lot of time up there and shopping and dining and visiting friends. But it is my backyard. I've worked to fight to protect Santa Clarita. In fact, years ago, before I was an elected official, I fought the largest development project in the history of this region, which would have really hemorrhaged Santa Clarita, and that was the Los Lomos project, if you remember.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I was a leader in the fight on that. In fact, they sued and named me in the lawsuit for $1 billion.
Wow.
Yeah, thank God we won. My wife's very happy about that one. But,
that's a pretty big check to write.
Pretty big check to write. So I've been very involved in protecting open space between the two and the relationships with working with the local council there for many, many years. And I've got deep roots in that community and throughout this supervisorial district. I mean, I've lived in Glendale. I've been through a lot of these cities and worked. And in fact, I'm the only council member in the city of Los Angeles that serves on both independent cities and contract cities that represent all 88 cities.
Yeah.
That's all the cities in the county. So
wow.
I've got some great experiences to bring to the table.
Unlike somebody who just moved into the district. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that, and you don't have to comment. That was probably...
There are carpetbaggers. I was born and raised in the district. I live in the district. I don't have to move in the district. But people run for office for a lot of different reasons. Some people do it because, quite frankly, they're career politicians. They go from seat to seat to seat. They're, or their boss is, maybe termed out, or they need a job. People run for the right reasons. Sometimes there's a combination of things. I gave up my business to run for office because it was a calling of service that I've dedicated my life to. And I think that's the important thing that distinguishes me from a lot of other candidates.
Yeah. Councilman, correct me if I'm wrong, were you the only Republican on the LA City Council?
I'm the only elected Republican in the city of LA. I'm the only. I'm not an endangered species. I'm extinct.
Extinct.
Yeah, I'm the only, and that's the point of this too, and I think it's really important to highlight. Not only I'm the only elected Republican in LA, but I've been elected by all my peers unanimously as council president pro tem. We only have 2 elected positions on the city council here in LA, president pro tem. I've been elected to leadership by all of them. So it's important not to say, well, I'm the only one, or that I can stand out and vote no all the time. The important thing is I know how to work across the aisle to get things done and not give up, be able to compromise and not give up your values.
Exactly.
And that's really important, particularly the Board of Supervisors. There's 5 seats, and there's a great chance there's going to be 4 Democrats and 1 Republican. This will be the Republican seat.
There you go.
So I'm assuming you're fiscally, that's your view, responsible.
They've labeled me as the fiscal watchdog of the city of LA.
There you go.
And I guess it's a badge of honor. But I've fought for and won huge victories in cutting taxes and negotiating pensions, working both with business and labor. In fact, my last 2 elections, I was the only one that ever had both business and labor support. And it's important that you work with our labor partners, but again, not compromise and give up those values. So I've been able to balance that quite effectively.
Now, you're also on the Public Safety Commission, right?
I'm the chair of the Public Safety Committee. So I oversee police, fire, homeland security, counterterrorism, emergency preparedness, floods, fires, earthquakes, all the fun stuff that people love to deal with every day.
All right, I got a question because I'm getting sick of this already. El Nino. Is this like Y2K?
It's not.
Okay, good.
According to the U.S. Geological surveys and studies, they have put this El Nino at a 100% likelihood of happening. Now, whether and how hard it's going to hit Southern California and our coast is yet to be seen. We've certainly had the El Nino scares and warnings in the past that just didn't make it all the way inland and stayed off the coast. If this one hits as hard as they are predicting, we've got to start preparing. Shelter in place, make sure you've got an emergency checklist, you've got things at home to make sure that you can care for your family, that you've got medications and food and water stored. The interesting thing is the drought, and people say, well, if El Nino's coming, it's going to get us out of the drought, or we no longer have to conserve water.
No.
Yeah, it's far from that, but this is what's fascinating. You should actually use less water during a heavy storm because our wastewater systems are actually going to be at capacity, and our sewer systems will be overflowing. Yeah. And so we're asking people to actually conserve water when it's raining that hard. But get the sandbags early, start putting an emergency plan in place. Those things are very real, and you can never be over-prepared.
That's true. Councilman, if people want to find out more about you or your campaign, where do they go?
Yeah, they go to my website at mitchellenglander.org. That's www.mitchellenglander.org. And they can also call me on my cell directly at any time at 818-350-2312. 2312. All right, cool.
Councilman, thank you for your time.
Thanks so much
for having me on. I really appreciate it.
We'll have you on again, guaranteed. We got a bunch of questions for you.
Anytime. You got it, guys.
All right.
Thanks again. Appreciate everything
LA City Councilman Mitchell Englander running for LA County Board of Supervisors. That's pretty cool, Doug. I mean,
yeah.
I honestly didn't know. It's one of those things, it's like a ghost body that they're there, but you don't really deal with them.
Yeah, they come once a year and talk about the economic situation of the county.
Oh, there you go. So that's better than... But it's got to be. Yeah, well, okay, you're economic. Unless we're talking debt reduction, you don't want to hear that.
That's me, baby.
Can we talk about something we both want to talk about? Sure. Let's talk about football. Let's talk about football and how awesome football is. Okay. The Patriots, undefeated the rest of the season.
I want to look back at our college bill before the season.
Hello.
Hi, Brandon. This is Peter. How are you doing?
What's up, Peter? How are you?
I'm doing good. Can I put you on the line right now?
Alabama.
Sure.
Awesome. Here you go.
Ooh. So that Oregon thing's not looking too good.
I wanted to point that out.
Yeah, I knew you would.
Mine was TCU, Ohio State, Alabama, Michigan State.
I was actually at the SC Utah game.
And?
I think Oregon put on the SC uniforms because it was a completely different team. Completely different team. Hey, let's talk pro football.
Okay.
Forget this college stuff. Unless we're talking college basketball. Let's talk to Brandon.
Brandon Myrie.
Yes. I look forward to my weekly charity event. Displaying knowledge to people who know nothing about.
Can you start doing this with the line, Brandon, so we can all make a little bit of side money, or at least maybe give us some input on our FanDuel or DraftKings or something? Come on, help a brother out, would you? Come on, I'm getting nothing from you.
All right, before we get started, we do have to do the standings. Are you ready? Tied for last place is John and Doug, the host of this show.
Wow,
we're both 13 and 13.
Hey,
Mr. Football and Kyle Jellings, the station manager, who aren't available today, are also tied for second place. They're 15 and 11. First place. It's hard to say, John.
It's not. What's hard to say is we're not making any money off of this, Brandon. Okay, come on.
Brandon Myrie, former college and NFL player, is 16 correct and 10 wrong. He leads the pack of the show.
We're yelling fix. He's calling people going, hey, guys, how's that knee, dude? You remember me?
Anything to get an edge, buddy. Anything to get an edge.
I see how it is.
Hey, Brandon, real quick, before we get started, your old teammate at the University of Pittsburgh, Larry Fitzgerald, is really having a great year. And how old is the guy about?
Not anymore.
What do you mean?
He's not having a good year anymore.
Why?
Because you just jinxed him.
Oh, so far.
You guys really don't realize that age is really not a big deal in football. Brett Favre can come back and he'll be better than 70% of starting quarterbacks today. I'm just letting you know.
Today?
It's mental capacity. Today.
So it's all experience.
Very much so.
All right.
It's way more than than your physical attributes.
All right. So
and Larry stays in top physical condition.
Well, doesn't everybody?
No.
Really? People slack off when they make it.
Very much so.
Okay. It was a legit question. I've always wondered that. All right, so let's get to the picks, Doug. We got to get him. I'm tired of listening to this guy.
I love you too.
While he's not bragging, he's bragging, and he knows he's bragging. He just doesn't want to admit it.
Well, our tradition is first place. You have to go first. So.
Look at me. I'm so humble.
Oh, gosh.
All right.
So it's a burden.
Yeah, see, there he goes, Mr. Humbleness again.
All right, first game, Brandon Myrie, is Arizona at Cleveland.
Arizona.
All right.
John, is anybody not picking Cleveland? I'm picking Arizona.
All right. And so is
Everybody else. Everybody's picking Arizona.
Mr. Football.
We don't have to go through everybody. Everybody's picking Arizona. Next, Doug,
Okay.
who do we got?
Okay.
Come on.
Cincinnati at Pittsburgh.
I'm going with. You know what? This big.
Go with Pittsburgh. Go with
back.
Pittsburgh. Go with Pittsburgh. Go with Pittsburgh. Go with Pittsburgh.
But I'm going to go with the home team. I want to say it's the Cincinnati's week. Cincinnati.
Where did you grow up, Brendan?
I grew up in the suburb of Cincinnati, Ohio.
There you go. Okay.
All right.
That's it.
All right, John?
I'm last place. Why are you asking me, Doug? You go
All right,
first.
I'm going Cincinnati.
Kyle went Cincinnati.
went Cincinnati. Mr. Football went Pittsburgh.
I'm going Cincinnati, unfortunately.
Okay. This is kind of an interesting game. Seattle at Dallas. If it was in Seattle, I'd say forget it. But at Dallas. Brandon?
Oh, Seattle is kind of worrying me because they're not out of their funk all the way, but I think they are now, and I think they're good enough to beat Dallas, so I got Dallas.
Okay.
You got Dallas?
I'm sorry. I got
No. He said Dallas. Done.
Seattle.
We
I'm
accept
sorry.
your
I got
contract.
Seattle.
No. Look at him. He's changing his picks. This is what happens.
I got Seattle.
All right, Mr. Football went Seattle, and Kyle Jellings went Seattle, and Doug's going Seattle.
And John's going to say 2 words. Brandon Whedon. I'm going Seattle.
Okay.
That
All
one's
right.
pretty easy.
The game, I mean, this is the best game of the week. 2 undefeated teams, Green Bay at Denver. I forgot to look and see what the weather was going to be like. I hope it's not snowing. Anyway, Brandon, Green Bay at Denver.
I looked at the weather. It's going to be 85
right.
and sunny. Oh, wait a minute. I'm in Key West.
Go ahead.
You know, if there was a game that Green Bay would lose at this point in the season, it would be this game. However, I do not think that Denver's undefeated record is as strong as an undefeated record as most undefeated records. So I'm picking Green Bay.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
See, I'm picking
On
Green
the
Bay.
road.
I'm picking Green Bay, too, but along with everybody else except you, Doug.
No, I'm going on a line. Home team.
And the only reason I'm doing that, look, if the teams are even, okay, Denver's defense is better, no question. But I think overall, Green Bay's offense is better. And you look at the quarterbacks, who's playing better?
Yeah.
I mean,
I just think at home, Denver's defense
is this the end? Here you go, Brandon. Is this the end for Peyton Manning? He's not playing really well.
He's 40 years old. Oh, age doesn't matter, right, Brandon?
The age doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I think he got at least 4 more years.
Oof.
No, honestly, it's real. It's mainly mental. I mean, if he's willing to go through the mental as well as the physical strain on his body, he can do it for a couple of more years. But, I mean, everybody's going to speculate, so that just makes it that much more taxing. So, he's down to his last 2.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
All right, our Monday night game is Indianapolis at Carolina.
Okay, Indianapolis has been very disappointing this year.
Oh, there's an understatement.
They did beat, actually, I picked the Jets to beat them earlier this year, which
They
really
could actually
put me out ahead week 1.
Yeah.
But
he's not bragging, of course. Did you notice that? Yeah, did you notice that the Colts could actually win their division with a sub 500 record?
I hate when that
They're
happens.
3-4. Just throw that out there for you.
They probably will.
Trying to goad you into taking the Colts.
Is it working?
Yeah. Andrew Luck is a really good quarterback.
I do need one upset. And honestly, I didn't pick Cleveland over Arizona, which I was thinking. But I need one upset, so I'm going to pick Indy for my upset this week.
Wow.
There you go. You're with Mr. Football.
All right.
Does that make you feel any better?
Mr. Football went with Indy also. I'm going with Carolina.
Oh, wow.
Kyle's going with Carolina. John?
The Panthers are not getting enough respect. That's my statement. So I'm taking the Carolina Panthers.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
And it's in Carolina. So
The Panthers they're not getting enough respect.
yeah. And what's their record, man?
6-0.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And they're undefeated, right?
Yeah.
They're undefeated. But who are the Redskins playing? I'm curious, John.
They've got tea times at about 2:00, I think. Hey, look, you said yourself, age doesn't matter, it's all experience. Who has experience on that team? At quarterback? Nobody. Wait till Kirk Cousins has a little bit of experience. Do you like that?
No, that's not the case. This is what you need to know, and I'm going to impart some more wisdom on you guys.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm taking notes. I'm grabbing the
Hurry,
pen.
we got a minute left.
Okay. How you do anything is how you do everything. So if a quarterback, no matter how talented he is, if he makes certain mistakes early in his career, he's going to make the same mistakes over and over and over again. Look at Michael Vick. Look at any quarterback that had incredible potential that never quite lived up to it. How you do anything is how you do everything. That's it. That's my word of the day.
That's profound.
Wow. We're gonna when this is all over, we're gonna get together and the loser buys the winner a beer, and then the winner buys the loser a beer, just to make it safe. Okay.
All right, Brandon. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, gentlemen.
Bringing my other picks. You can get those picks at the Santa Clarita Gazette and Free Classified.
That's
by the way.
right.
You can see the standings. You can see where everybody's going. Doug, another good show, I think.
All right.
What do you think?
I think we're out of here.
I'm thinking, are we out of here? Peter, are we out of here yet? All right, I guess we're out of here. All right,
All right.
You've been listening to Gazette Radio with Doug and John on AM-1220 KHTS, Santa Clarita's hometown station. We're out. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
See ya.